everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. Is it time for the New Jersey Devils to fire Lindy Ruff? So they made it apparent during the home opener that they were chanting to fire Lindy. They were booing him. He heard it. The fans heard it. I heard it watching on the TV. I'm sure Tom Fitzgerald heard it. So this is something that's going to be a common thread as the season goes on. Devils fans are tired of this. They don't want to have another season where this team doesn't get anywhere. And you're seeing from the first two games, it's not started off very impressive. You have a lot of question marks, and I really can't defend Lindy Ruff anymore. I can't. They brought in Andrew Brunette for this specific reason, I believe, and I think if this team trends downhill very fast, you may see a coaching change and Lindy Ruff being fired very fast. So I want to talk about that in this video, just talk about stuff that's happened in these first couple of games, because a lot of Devils fans are just, I know it's early in the season, I know I'm not freaking out, I'm not calling it the end of the season just 2 games in, but, you know, I don't want to see this trend recurring that we keep having these past couple of years. So hopefully it changes, but let's talk about it in this video. So this is the 3rd year that Lindy Ruff has coached this team. In 2020, 2021, he coached them to 56 games. They went 19 wins, 30 losses, 7 overtime losses for 45 points. In 2021, 2022, coached them to 82 games, going 27 wins, 46 losses, 9 overtime losses for 63 points. And in this year, 2022, 2023, 2 games played, 0 wins, 2 losses for 0 points. So this is the 3rd year, 140 games coached, 46 games won, 78 lost, 16 overtime losses. So not started off very good with the Devils, and this has got to be the last time around. You know, his contract's up at the end of the year. Will Tom Fitzgerald let him ride it out, or will something happen prior? Because, you know, it's getting to a point where you can't keep relying and just having good draft picks and seeing what you could do in the offseason. Fans get tired of it, and I'm kind of at that point too. I'm tired of it. I want to see this team trending uphill with the way they're playing. Not on paper, because on paper they look good. I like what Tom Fitzgerald has done. He added good net minding. He added good defense. He added a couple of pieces on offense. You know, to me, he should have added more bulk to the top, to the forwards. I wanted that. That's why I'm missing out on certain players I was kind of upset about. You know, going in and getting Palat and Haula, yes, it's going to help you out, but it's not addressing certain needs. You have small forwards. You have forwards that aren't very physical. You need that player to help them out in case they need it. And you can't just depend on Miles Wood now to do it. And I'm proud of Miles Wood, and I will do a future video on it. I like what he said. I totally defend everything he said, and I didn't want him to go back and retract his statement because it was bold. It was necessary. This team needs it. They need something to really jar them and say, listen, we have to do it ourselves too. We can't rely on these physical players to be doing it. We can do it ourselves. And, you know, I don't want Jack Hughes to go out and fighting and Nico Hischier as well, but we saw it last year. Nico was pissed to the point where he dropped the gloves too, so anybody can do it. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I'm proud of Miles, and I will do a future video on it talking about it more in depth. But, you know, this is a video on Lindy Ruff because I'm kind of at a point where I can't defend him anymore. You know, you with the Philly game, you played Bratt only a certain amount of minutes, and this is arguably one of your best forwards, your best producing forwards who, not like he had a bad game. He had 2 assists that game, so he was playing well. And you only hold him to a certain amount of minutes. Then in game 2, you're looking at the lineup entering the game, and you have Sharangovich and Holtz on the 4th line, and that's just like a head-scratcher to me. These are 2 players that you're trying to get the best out of. Now, I know Sharangovich starts the seasons off a little bit slow, but he could be a 30-goal scorer for you. You have Alexander Holtz, who is one of your best forward prospects, who can score. And you're limiting to minutes, you're limiting him to time, and it's not like we're in the middle of the season where you're demoting them to get them going. This is something where you're in the 2nd game of the year when you're doing this. This is not good. And you have Tomas Tatar on your 2nd line. That, to me, is a question mark. So entering this game, when they were doing player introductions, they mentioned Lindy Ruff's name when they were talking about the coaching staff, and the fans were booing him. And he turned over to his coach, and I saw him whisper to them, or, you know, you could see through, you know, what he was saying, that he was saying, are they booing me? So, you know, that was evident. And then throughout the game, when the team was losing and, you know, when Detroit scored that 3rd and 4th goal, the fans let them have it. They were like, fire Lindy, fire Ruff. You heard it. You heard it. It was evident. And I'm sure Tom Fitzgerald heard it as well. So, even after the game, Lindy Ruff was questioned about this, and he said, we got passionate fans here. They're used to winning. That's part of my job. I take full responsibility for when the team loses. Great history here. The fans want W's up on the board. As simple as that. And I like what he said. He said he took it like a pro when he was asked that question. It's not like he, was up in arms about it. He was, he said it very calm, very pro-like, and I do admire that. But when you have certain players, Zetterland playing only 940, McLeod, who is your best, face-off guy, which I'm in favor of, not having him in the lineup. You have him playing 359 in the game. You have Tomas Tatar playing 1457, and he was in penalty trouble throughout the whole game, caused two costly penalties, and he's playing in your top six. You have Ryan Graves, your most physical defenseman, who the team that you're playing against is huge. They had a line that was just gargantuan out there, and you're limiting him to 1353, and you have Alexander Holtz only playing 920. So these are players you want to see playing a bit more just to show what they can do out there. And, I just don't know what's going on these first couple of games, why they're limiting Bratt to certain periods, why they have Sharangovich and Holtz on the fourth line. These are huge question marks to me. Timeouts are never taken when the team goes down just to see what they can do to alter games, change the goalies around, do something. You want to hear more, you want to see more emotion out of a coach behind the bench. And, when something happens throughout the game, you just don't see it with Lindy Ruff. You don't. And if for it to take Miles Wood to say this at the end of a game, I know he's just at a point where he's probably just fed up and he's done. And what can be done with this? You have your coach where he has simple things he can do and he's not doing it. And I can't defend him anymore. If it's time to fire Lindy Ruff. They brought in Andrew Brunette for a reason. Same thing happened last year with the Florida Panthers. And, he took over the reins and did very well with them. So I could definitely see that happening with the Devils this year if this trend continues. I know we're only 2 games in, but teams can fall very fast, very quickly. So, you start losing very quickly. So we'll see what happens with the Devils. Hopefully next game they can turn it around. They can turn the season around. But, it's at a point where the Devils fans are just fed up and they want to see some change happening. And just this team start to go on an uphill trajectory. So comment below what you think about this. What do you think about Lindy Ruff? Do you want them to ride the season out with him, or is it time to fire him and move on? Comment below and let me know. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Hockey Skate Down. It's free, and join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.